Is there not an entire section on this subject?
Yes, I may have changed my mind in the meantime on that, so it's unfair. I may have changed my mind about Mithra, for example.
Is your book for sale back?
Yes, it
Let me tell you, let me tell you, let me tell you, let me tell you, let me tell you.
But have you ever asked God for forgiveness?
I'm not sure I have. I just go and try and do a better job from there. I don't think so.
Let me tell you, let me tell you, let me tell you, let me tell you, let me.
Say it like you mean it. This is my Bible.
What up? I got something to say.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Let Me Tell You, episode 42. I am your host, the Evangelical Norm. Sorry, this is coming out a little bit late. I had some technical, let's try not to say two words at once. I had technical issues or technical difficulties. Try to say them together, you get technical dishes with my cameras last night. And so I just kind of scrapped it and went to bed, and now here we are. It is late in the evening on Monday night, but we, as they say, the show must go on, right? So we're going to jump in, talk about a few things from last week. I always feel like I'm catching up because everybody else talks about this stuff early on, and I get it towards the end of the week and beginning of the next week. So, but, you know, you guys, however many of you are listening or watching, still listen and watch. So I'm encouraged, even if it's only the 5 of you, or 4, 3, however many. But so the Democrats are going to go ahead with this impeachment thing. So last week, early in the week, they delivered the articles of impeachment, which are basically Orange Man bad, we don't like him, he hurts our feelings. Literally, as you listen to the people who are experts on this stuff, which I absolutely am not, but there are plenty of people who know what they're talking about. There's nothing worthy of impeachment in these articles of impeachment. And again, they're coming to the Senate going, well, we should get some more evidence and more witnesses and stuff. But wait, you've already impeached him in the House. And now you're coming here to investigate more? Supposedly you have all the evidence you need. This is the ridiculousness that it is. And I can't remember, there's a guy that, a really bad teacher that I follow, she follows him and retweets him all the time. And so I catch little bits and stuff that he's going on about this is not right versus left. This is not Democrat versus Republican. This is absolutely partisan. There is no part of this that is actually founded in the reality of what this president has done. Now, again, I hate the fact that I have to qualify this with every time I talk about him, but I am not a fan of Donald Trump. I'm not. I didn't vote for him to begin with. I'm still not 100% sure I'm going to vote for him this time around. I definitely am not voting for any of the Democrats. And again, before you say, well, a no vote for Trump is a vote for the Democrats, a no vote for the Democrats is a vote for Trump, so you're welcome. So I'll take care of that for you. I won't vote for them just so he gets that vote. But again, this is all completely partisan. This is completely party lines down the middle, and it is absolutely ridiculous. In my view, from where I'm standing as just average Joe American, I know a little, I pay attention to politics. I would not by any means say I'm an expert. I did not major in political science. I didn't even go to college. So what I know from paying attention in high school civics class. This president has done nothing to be impeached for. At this point, that's a given. And it's a ridiculous waste of taxpayer money. And again, as you watch, I love listening to Ben Shapiro talk about this, because as you watch these guys and you see what's happening, what's going on, you see the fact that, all the Democrats are like, oh, this is so this is so solemn and sad. It's a sad occasion. It's a solemn occasion. It's so solemn and sad and serious. And then they're laughing it up and giggling the next minute because they're so excited that they're impeaching this president. And so the same way it was with Bill Clinton, there's very slim chance he's going to be removed from office. So he gets a little asterisk by his name. I'm impeached. And of course he went off on his little rant. I was impeached for a perfect phone call. Well, okay, grow up, Mr. Trump. I've said it from the beginning. I'll say it. Someone needs to take away his Twitter account. They need to lock it down. And this dude needs to act more like a 70-year-old than a 7-year-old on an elementary school playground. Because that's what he is. I mean, he really is. This is by far the most immature man-child I've ever watched. I deal with a lot of trolls on Twitter. And Donald J. Trump takes the cake in immaturity. And again, and I'm sure there are people that you listen to that you like and so on that are name callers. Ben, I don't know that Ben Shapiro calls people names a lot, but I love my guys at Cross Politic, but they do, Kami Harris, and I love you guys. Highly unlikely that any of them are watching this. I wish they would. Watch and share. I'll tag you, Knox. I don't find anything beneficial in name calling. So I call these people by their name. I find name calling immature and unproductive. And so there it is out there. But so, and I completely lost my train of thought because I had to go to my disclaimer that I'm not a Trump fan. But again, he's done nothing worthy of impeachment. This is just partisan politics. The Democrats, from the day he was inaugurated, from the day he was elected and was the president-elect, they've been talking about impeaching this guy. So, what's the point? There is no point. This is political theater. At its finest, and it's political theater at its worst. I mean, I've seen elementary school plays with better acting and production value than what we have going on here. So, a couple of weeks, we'll watch it. We'll see what happens. We'll comment on it as it goes on. But again, the most pointless impeachment process in the history of the United States. All because Orange Man bad, and he hurt my feelings, and show me on the doll where the Orange Man hurt you. And that's really it. That's the bottom line on this thing. And oh, by the way, there was a debate. I honestly don't know what was said in the debate because all of the highlight, I'm not watching it. There's no way I'm going to sit down and watch I watched like 25 minutes of the first one with all kind of people on it. There's no way. There's no people of color on that stage. So why would I watch it? It's not diverse enough, right? Because apparently the Democrats are racist and they don't have enough diversity in their... Wait, I thought the GOP was a party of old white men, but now I guess the Democrats a party of old white women and Bernie. But the big deal of the debate was this whole issue between Bernie Sanders and Liz Warren. She apparently said in a private conversation that he had told her that a woman can't be president. And so this whole thing, and it was just insane and I've watched the clips and so on and listened to multiple times, but to watch the way that CNN, I mean, again, here we have to, I'm not a fan of Bernie, but I'm about to defend Bernie. which is ridiculous that I have to do this. But thanks, CNN, for making me defend Bernie Sanders in this. But so apparently, private conversation, he says, she said, this is all we got. But Liz said that he told her a woman can't be president. So CNN asked him specifically, did you say that a woman? And he said, no, I never said that. Never would I say that. Everybody who knows me, they know I would not say that. And I would never say that a woman cannot be the president. And who's that? He reminds me of the old cartoon Aardvark. I can't remember his name, and he used to have like a catchphrase. But so yeah, Bernie's like, I did not say that. I would not ever say that. I would love to have a woman be president, and Liz can be my vice president, basically. And I would not doubt that that would be a ticket that we could possibly see. But so at the end, the CNN reporter, this was amazing. And CNN wonders why the Babylon Bee is their primary rival, because everything they do is fake. She says to him, let me make this clear, Senator, you never said this. Then he said, no, I did not ever say this. So, Senator Warren, how did you feel when Bernie Sanders told you that woman can't be president? Literally went down the track of, when did you stop beating your wife? Literally just called out Bernie as a liar. Without saying you're a liar, that CNN moderator, who I don't even know what her name was like, okay, so now that we've got Bernie on camera lying on record, how did you feel when he said to you this, that we don't believe him when he says he didn't say it? And I've not seen anything so blatantly manipulative, so blatantly corrupt as that. They literally just boosted Liz Warren immensely with just the one statement. And then she's like, oh, well, I disagreed and blah, blah, blah. And then the crazy thing is at the very end, she walks over to him and says, I think you called me a liar on national TV. And Bernie's like, and to his credit, Bernie's like, I'm not going to do this now. We will talk about this later. And he kind of, but literally, and he did make the comment, you called me a liar. You and CNN and, at now half of social media is sharing this and passing this on and calling Bernie a liar. Now, again, I wasn't there. I don't know. They're politicians. They're all liars at this point. I wish I knew at what point in time in our nation's history we got to the point where it was just like, well, we allow our politicians to lie to us. And in some instances, we encourage it. When did we get there? When did we get to the point where we were like, well, we just don't care if you tell us the truth. Just, on one side, give us our welfare checks and our food stamps, and on the other side, just give us our corporate tax cuts and, whatever else. How did we get to this place? Because it is ridiculous that we have managed to get to this place where literally, we get the he said, she said. The insinuation on the floor is that Bernie is a liar, and Liz goes over there going, well, you called me a liar. Yeah, hi, pot, this is the kettle, you're black. This is the most ridiculous thing in the world. And the only thing that I can say is, again, as with every other one of the Democratic debates that we have seen up to this point, the winner is Donald J. Trump. Because what this did is just, again, made all of them look bad, and nobody wants any of them. So I guess there are still some people who want some of them. But it's the most ridiculous thing ever. And so, again, and somewhere in there was Amy Klobuchar and Pete Buttigieg. And again, Christians, watch out for that Pete Buttigieg guy. I don't know what's going on with him. I think he's moving up in some polls and moving down in others. But he is, as far as Democratic candidates, I would say he is the most dangerous. And I've said it before, and I said it, I even said it last week or the week before that. Pete's the most dangerous. If he gets a nomination, I don't believe he will. But if he does, he's the most dangerous one of these guys to get in there, because the state of the American church is enough that he claims to be Christian. There are people who are liberal Christian enough that may come out and just might vote for him. So, and then again, there's going to be a bunch of people who will be, oh, let me vote for our first gay president. That's what I'm okay. It slipped my mind there. I knew there was something I wanted to talk about, and I forgot about it, and I've been racking my brain trying to remember it. Last week, Michael Knowles did a bit, and I didn't see it. I heard it. It was, I don't even know where I heard it. I don't know if it was on. I was listening to. It might have been right after a Ben Shapiro podcast or something. Somewhere I heard Michael Knowles. I'm pretty sure it's Michael Knowles. If it wasn't Michael Knowles, then my hearing is going, and I apologize to whoever it was. But did a clip. Go look for it. Donna Trump. And I love this. I do, because what he talked about, and I won't do it justice. Go find the YouTube or wherever, find where Michael Knowles did this. But he basically essentially said, let me get out of there for a second. We don't need that picture anymore, and I'm not going to talk about the next thing yet. So basically said, here's the deal. If Donald Trump wants the greatest troll ever, and I really, really, really would love to see this happen, Donald Trump come out one day and just say, one morning, come out to the Rose Garden and address the press and say, today I identify as Donna Trump. I identify as a female. And just that day, do it. I'm changing my name. I'm Donna Trump. And this is what happens. Because of the fact that everything on the left says gender is fluid, they can't say he doesn't. They can't say he's faking it, because if that's the case, then we can't believe any of the other ones. We can't believe Caitlyn. We can't believe Chelsea. We can't believe any of these people who are dudes that feel pretty, or the other way around, the dude who got pregnant from a female sperm donor, which is all just backwards and screwed up. We'll check last week's episode on that. But so either they have to accept it, or they have to reject everybody else that has come out and said it, because gender is fluid. You can just at any given time, you can say, and here's what that does. If he were to do that, he could steal away from Liz Warren, Amy Klobuchar, Hillary Clinton, anybody else who thinks they might, Kamala Harris, whatever. He'd be the first female president. And according to their logic and by their standard, they would have to accept that. If he's still married to Melania, then he becomes the first lesbian president, the first openly gay president of the United States. Becomes the first transgender president. So all those things. And then he just gets to turn around the next day and go, oh, well, you know what? I'm over it. I'm Donald now. And that's it. And he takes all of that out of play. All the historical things that these people could do if they're going to maintain a standard of consistency in their worldview. Otherwise, he blows it all up and exposes it for the ridiculousness that it is. So, here's my... I think we need to... I may just go to and start a White House petition to have the president come out one day as transgender and become Donna Trump, because that would be amazing. So again, I gave you that a little bit. Go check out Michael Knowles does it, because he walked that through so much better. I kid you not, I was driving and I had to pull over because I was laughing. I was laughing so hard. I literally pulled my truck over, because I was in my work truck. I had to pull my work truck over and just laugh. and just cut up and just listen because it was hilarious. So check that out. But that brings me to my last thing, and we'll talk about something positive for a little bit here before we finish up the show. G3 conference was this week. You missed it. Sorry, I missed it. All my favorite people were hanging out at the G3 conference, and I was here, well, hanging out with my actual favorite people, wife, daughter, family, church, but all my favorite, do I call them personalities? I don't know. I mean, cross-politic guys, Gabe, Toby, Chuck Knox, favorite show to listen to, Dr. James White, Douglas Wilson, Omaha, Virgil, what's his last name? Walker, and Daryl Harrison, the Just Thinking podcast guys. Sorry, anybody with a better podcast would have pulled up your names and had them in front of me. But I know who you are. There we go. My phone is ringing. Hi, how's that? I will call you back. That's my wife. And so there you go. Just all unprofessional podcasting. That is the evangelical norm. So, all this was going on. I haven't watched much of it except for the cross-politic house party where they kind of hung out, and I haven't seen the subscribers portion. I'm a club member, so I'm going to go see the rest of it here in a little bit. But, yeah, go check that out. Check out cross-politics thing they did with Daryl Harrison and Doug Wilson, James White, all just kind of hanging out in the living room, chit-chatting. And then I'm hoping that I'll be able to get the live show for Just Thinking. Google Play, it would not download for me today. It would, I couldn't get it. Tried downloading it, tried playing it, everything. It would buffer for a minute and stop. So I'm hoping to go check that out. A couple other groups did live shows from G3. I think James White did a live dividing line from G3. I think Wretched might have something live coming from there, but I'm really interested in going and checking out the talks and stuff like that. Josh Bice, tons of people. Vody, Balcom spoke. So, and as I watch those and see those, I'll kind of comment on them over the probably next week. I might do some on the Master's Dog. I can't imagine that there's anything I'm going to disagree with that is worthy of being on the Master's Dog. But maybe we'll make an exception for something good. Or we'll just talk about it on this show next week. So all kinds of stuff that you can go check out for G3. And they've already got early bird pricing for next year's, which I'm going to talk to my wife and see if we may be able to finagle that. Or if I can't get my wife to go, maybe I can convince our executive pastor, Dan, to do an elders trip to there. So, yeah, go check that out. See what you think. I mean, lots of good stuff there, but I really love the Cross Politics show from today, and you can check that out. So this is going to be some stuff that is coming up over the next couple of weeks on the show. Another thing, I will be doing an episode of The Master's Dog coming up here. I don't know if Saints Unscripted managed to do something or if I screwed something up or what, but my notifications for them got turned off. And I thought they didn't do a Faith and Beliefs episode last week, but they did. I finally saw it, and so here, be dropping in just a couple hours as well. I will have a Master's Dog episode responding to the latest episode of Faith and Beliefs on Saints Unscripted. So be on the lookout for that, and I hope this one was helpful and useful and entertaining, or at least a distraction from some other mundane task that you had to do, and was somehow beneficial to your life to hang out with me for the last 30 minutes or so. So, as always, preach the gospel at all times. Use words. They are necessary. And until next time, Soli Deo Gloria.